Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us. What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
Starting to pick up.
Yep. Well, that'll be great on live, on a podcast.
Hey, we may lose one of these canopies. There it goes.
Oh, boy.
I knew that was going to happen.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas.
Yeah, you're live, Irma. Welcome. What's up, Irma? How you doing? We got you. Hey, we're tapped into your computer there too, where you work. We can actually see you on video. I hacked your computer. So beautiful earrings today, Irma. You're always beautiful. Very nice.
You're so silly.
And we're off.
Finally.
Monday. little Monday fun day. Man, I'm wearing one of those shirts that I've been eating some hamburgers.
Yeah. I'm trying to hide mine too.
Karen, you're looking great as always. You get the pool on Sunday. You're at the pool on Sunday. We're usually we'll go down to church in Houston. I always joke around. Someone said, why do you go all the way to Houston to go to church? I said, I don't want anybody knowing my business.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I don't care. Everybody knows everybody's business in Huntsville,
Oh,
which is okay.
absolutely. If they don't, they'll make something up.
That's right. It's all good, though. It's a good place to be, but we go down there. It's a really good, I want to create life-lasting memories for my children. And I remember as a child growing up, my dad taking us places, going down to South Texas, and I thought, it's going to be great when my children are 16 years old, and then they're 30, and they say, Dad always drug us an hour to church and an hour back. And hopefully that'll pay off in good dividends. But it's a good, in a way, though, it's good family time because we chat. I mean, what else are you going to do for an hour?
Right.
And Braylon has gotten to a point to where she really does enjoy traveling now. She likes to sit in her little car seat. And K-Boning's not going to like me, but we have a little tablet back there, but we don't fire it up much. Early, when she was younger, we did. But now she just loves looking out the windows and seeing things.
Right.
And so if she starts screaming and kicking, at some point you crank it on for a little bit, but really not that much. She can make the whole trip now, and she'll look outside and she'll go, trees, cars. We passed a bus the other day, and she goes, bus. And I was like, yes. She's so it's kind of neat how all that happens. But, we just want those life-lasting memories. So we go to I was trying to think, why did I bring this up? Because I was looking at this shirt. And then we go to Houston, and then we go to church, and then what do? We go to Lupe Tortilla, and we pig out.
Right.
So, that's what our Sundays look like. So while you're at the pool, relaxing, getting nice and tan, I'm working on my belly at Lupe Tortilla. Mm-hmm. Have you been over there?
I have not.
Oh, my goodness. Janet's joining us here in a little bit from CASA. Have you been to Lupe Tortilla? Okay, no. You guys are missing out.
We need to go. Check it out. See what it's all about.
Oh my goodness, it's so good. If you've been to Lupe Tortilla, text us this morning and let us know. That's what the theme is today. It's food. Just kidding, but we always talk food on this show. But Lupe Tortilla is so good. And they have this bean. You know, like normally you go in and you get salsa. And they've got like these crushed up. It's almost like it's not refried beans. It's pinto beans, but they're they're like half mashed.
So it's sort of like a bean dip?
Yes, it's like this bean dip, and you could literally just eat it and be fine. So we pig out on that. But anyways, if you've been down to Lupe Tortilla, let us know. We'd love to hear from you. And I don't even know why I brought that up, but we did because we're talking food. Welcome in on a Monday as we get off and rolling. Appreciate you being here with us. As always, we are broadcasting downtown from our studio here. Big thank you to Elliott's Jewelers online at elliotsjewelers.com. Mr. Elliott Herzlich will be joining us on Wednesday to let us know about his recent adventures. He's in this diamond buyers group. Sounds like some sort of like underground club.
It does.
I think of
Sounds
that.
scandalous.
Do you ever watch that movie with Matthew McConaughey, the Dallas Buyers Club?
I did watch that.
So
yes.
I kind of think of that. I mean, it's not the same thing, obviously, but I kind of think like Elliott's in this jewelry buyers group, diamond club buyers group, and he apparently has bought like these yellow diamonds, and I didn't realize those things are a little cha-ching, and he knows how to take care of it. Elliott's so great, and go by and visit him, please. Set up a schedule, an appointment. Cannot talk this morning. Set up an appointment with Elliott online at elliotsjewelers.com and go by and see him. Big thank you as well to Paul Oley of the Gallery for all of your custom framing, photography, and more. Paul will take great care of you. And then, of course, on a Monday, we wouldn't be here without our great friends at Walker County Federal Credit Union. They will take care of you. I've got both my accounts there, and they are always on top of everything. Lost 2 of my debit cards already, and you guys were able to replace them pretty quickly. And I found out that Braylon had grabbed one of them and hid it somewhere. So I'm going to blame the child.
Thanks, Braylon.
Yeah, thank you, Braylon, for, I had
Kept you from spending some money.
Yeah, that's right. Had to get another card. And then the other day I'm drinking, another thing is I drink way too much Coke Zero. Last night I actually had a dream that I went one day without drinking it, and I felt a million times better. Today is that day. No Coke Zero today.
Good for you.
I'm addicted to this stuff. I love that fizz. And it's people say, oh, the diet stuff's. I'm going to say this, maybe not as a way to make me feel better about what I drink, but I used to drink like Coke straight up, vanilla Coke. Man, that stuff was so good. And I noticed when I did switch to like the Zero that I did lose some weight. So someone's like, oh, you gain a ton more whenever you go on the diet. I was like, not for me. It actually, for someone who drank like 3 Cokes a day, yeah, I did lose a little bit when I went. But that's the thing is you shouldn't be drinking that much anyways. But I take after my grandmother. She passed at 93. She drank 3 Dr. Peppers a day her entire life, and she was rocking and rolling.
That's what kept her going all that time.
You know what though? I think canceled it out. She also drank 2 or 3 gallons of milk a week. She never had one broken bone in her body her entire life. And she had fallen a couple of times, and she never broke a bone, even at an older age. And she would call me 2 things that she would get upset about. If she was out of snuff, and I'm not talking chewing tobacco, I'm talking that nasty Gibson & Sons powdered snuff that come in the jar or the little white cardboard packet, if you know what I'm talking about, is nasty. It's like powder. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I think so.
Not tobacco. I'm talking not like chewing tobacco. I'm talking like powdered snuff. If she ran out of that and if she ran out of milk. And so those are 2 things that you make sure that grandma has, and she was good to go. And that's what kept her going until she was 93.
So key to a long life is Dr. Pepper, snuff, and milk.
That's right, Dr. Pepper. That's our whole theme today. So, hey, we do want to welcome on the folks as well that are joining us this morning on the Spirit Radio FM app, the Spirit of Huntsville, heard around the globe. You know, it's really cool. We actually we've had this for 2 years now. We refocused it about 2 weeks ago to really focus more on local Huntsville content. Focus on the Family content is now heard throughout the day, as well as some local news and weather going to start mixing in here in the next couple of weeks. But you can download the app online at spiritradio.fm. Really cool. I got a prayer request from a guy in Brazil the other day and said, hello from far away. And he listens from Brazil. So if you're that, I don't even know what time it is in Brazil right now.
No idea.
So, but if you are that gentleman, I said a prayer for you. Our team said it. We have a volunteer team also that handles those prayer requests. And so we took care of that for you, my friend. So it's kind of cool, and folks are starting to chime in and listen on the app. And so we've got a lot of folks that are starting to really engage with that. And it's a much safer way. Of course, we don't want people to text and drive. And we know how big this community is with that, no texting and driving at all. But if you have the Spirit Radio app, you can listen to this show on your way to work or wherever you may be heading. And what's cool about it, some folks pull it up on YouTube or they pull it up on Facebook. The problem is you got to keep it open. So I know a lot of people were telling me, hey, I would open up Facebook, I'd set my phone down, and then I would drive. But then, of course, if you get a notification or something weird happens, it'll knock it off. If you download the Spirit Radio FM app, it will stay on the entire time. And so you can literally just say, you know what, I'm not going to touch my phone. I'm going to put it to the side, and I'm good to go. So what's new at the credit union? What's going on?
Just making loans, taking care of business.
Did I ever tell you about this guy one time? And it's kind of a joke, but it's not really because it's a serious thing. I went in, and this was years before I even moved to Huntsville, and I didn't have really much credit built up. And this guy at one of these used car places told me, he's like, no credit, don't sweat it. And that's the number one sales marketing scam, because if somebody says no credit, don't sweat it.
You better sweat it.
You better sweat it, because you're going to be paying the maximum state allowed credit. What, I don't even know what it is. Is there a max?
17 something.
17% on a car loan? Oh my goodness, man. You take out like a $10,000 loan, you're paying back what, like 50? So
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, so if anyone out there ever tells you no credit, don't sweat it. Yeah, you better start sweating it, and you better hightail it over to Walker County Federal Credit Union. And if you don't have credit, or maybe if you've got bad credit, they're going to tell you, here's what you can do to fix that credit.
Absolutely.
So go by and see them. They will take great care of you, our friends at Walker County Federal Credit Union. Hey, I did want to remind you some exciting news this morning as our new text line. We still have the same number, but it is now known as the Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine phone and text line. Say that one, Karen. That's a long one.
Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine. That is a tough one to say
It
quickly.
is, and I love it. And Randolph did so good with the name of that business because people are going to remember it. It's actually, if you think about it, it's great marketing.
Cajun Asian.
So it's Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine phone and text line. You can send that in. See, it's already flowing off the tongue. You can text in your name along with the word rain. I figured if we talk about rain, maybe it'll happen.
True. It is supposed to rain tomorrow, isn't it?
I hope so.
I heard
Yeah.
that it was, so we'll see.
So this week, the keyword is rain. And text that in alongside your name to 936-339-0139. Again, you can text that in to 936-339-0139 on the all-new Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine phone and text line. It's feeling good.
You said it so well.
I'm glad that he chose to sponsor the phone and text line because I kept forgetting. I was wanting to say like Sweet Marys, and then one time, I know we're on Spirit Radio FM, but one time I accidentally said like Sweet Mary Jane, and y'all know what Mary Jane is back in the day. So it's not Mary Jane. It is, see, here we go again.
Granny
It is
Mary's.
Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine. Not Sweet Mary Jane, any of that. Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line. Got a great show lined up today. Our friend Janet Davidson joining us from CASA. She's going to be letting us know about some board things going on with CASA of Walker, San Jacinto, and Trinity counties. That one took me a long time to remember as well because it's not just Walker County. But we'll hear more about Janet, a little bit of her journey here in Huntsville as well. And there's a connection between y'all two.
Absolutely.
Back in the day. So we're going to chat about that. And we've just got a great show lined up. We do want to remind you today, maybe you're waking up and just something happened over the weekend. It's, the older you get, and I don't want to be sad on the show, but it's like the older you get, it's just, there's people in your life that pass away. And, in the last 3 weeks, there's been 3 people that I've known personally that have passed away. And over the weekend, very tragic, a man in Georgetown that was a tremendous man of honor, integrity, a legacy builder. He was a home builder, and at a time in 2008, 2009, whenever the market was just tanking and sour, Jimmy Jacobs had this vision to bring in community, and he did it, and he did it very successfully with a company called Heritage Oaks, and built a neighborhood and really solidified himself. I know he's not well known in some parts of this area, but he was building homes literally throughout the entire state of Texas, and unfortunately had a massive heart attack and passed away unexpectedly. And leaves behind a host of grandchildren and just a tremendous, tremendous man. But you know what I'll say? He lives such a great life that it never makes it easy, but it does make it a little bit easier knowing the legacy that he left behind. And so maybe today you're in that boat to where you've lost somebody, where something's happened in your life. And just want to encourage you this morning to remain in faith. No matter what you're going through, no matter what situation, I always say this, that you don't have to be, you may be in a circumstance, but that circumstance doesn't define you. And so as you wake up this morning, Just be thankful for what you have. Hug your children as tight as you can if you've got them, and hug your significant other. If you ain't got nobody, just hug the pillow. I mean, serious, just hug the pillow and be thankful. I'm serious. You know, it's kind of funny, but I'm saying hug the pillow and be thankful you got a pillow to lay your head on.
That's true. Some people don't.
Because you could be at the Walls unit, something bad, and you ain't got no pillow. Do they have the pillows at the Walls unit? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, so anyways, hug your pillow and be thankful for everything that is good in your life. A lot of friends joining us this morning. Really appreciate, I love this. Justin Killingsworth over at the Color Bar. Love this right here. He said, good morning. Embrace each new day as a canvas of possibilities where your dreams become strokes of vibrant reality. Man.
Where'd you come up with that, Justin?
Justin, where did that, he put it in quotes, so I don't know, but I'm going to tell you, when I just read that, I felt something like fly in through here. I think it was Janet over there, actually, but I just felt some good waves chiming in. Appreciate that, Justin, over at the Color Bar. He's with us every single Thursday. Justin Cream joining us this morning. Good morning. Rob, God bless you guys. Thank you for being, he says, thank you for always being there for me, especially when my coach died a couple of years back. Yeah, Justin is just a great young man, hardcore Huntsville Hornet fan. He went to school here in Huntsville ISD as well, and so good to hear from you this morning. Also, Quentin Music Man Williams chiming in, saying, make this day and every day count. And a lot of other folks. How about Clay over at 0 Degree chiming in this morning? And sorry the Skittles are gone. I don't know if you noticed that.
I did notice they're gone, but I saw something over there.
Hold on. Cheesecake Skittles. Have you ever had any of this stuff?
I have had some of that when you had it Rays of Hope.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. It's so good. So, hey, Clay, by the way, the Cheesecake Skittles are running dry. And you bring us so much, man, and bless us so much. Let me bless you and actually buy some stuff from you next time, okay, man? Because you're hooking us up. We gave away stuff all last week. Not only the candy, he gave away a $25 gift card and a $50 gift card last week.
Nice.
So here on the show. So we appreciate that. So good morning to you. We were talking earlier, by the way, about that no credit, don't sweat it. Bridget sweat it pretty bad because she learned the hard way. She went to, I didn't know she did this. She went to a payday loan place, Sharks. It's like a whole big old shark tank, man. And she called me and she goes, it was like a $700 loan or something. And it, I don't remember what it was when we first started dating. She goes, yeah, I thought I paid all that off. And they said it was just the interest. And I was like, yeah, they'll get you every time. So, yeah, be careful on those. What's that? The one that's like, get your title back with the title. What is that? Do you understand how that stuff works?
Well,
like a title loan?
They're charging you an arm and a leg, and if you don't pay it, they'll pick up your car.
So it's like, why is the motto, they're like, get your title back? I don't want anybody to have my title to begin with. It almost makes it sound like it's this joyful occasion, like, oh, I got my title back.
Yeah.
We should have never given it up in the first place.
Right, not to one of those places.
Yikes, yeah. We're all about integrity here on this show, and so those places probably, I'm not hating, but they probably won't be sponsoring anything on Hello Huntsville. They couldn't give me $10,000 to sponsor. Just being honest. I mean, we want to take care of people in the community. Maybe I'm barking up the wrong tree, but another reason why they won't? Because we already have our financial folks from Walker County Federal Credit Union.
Exactly.
Oh, this is great. Also, Carolyn Gibson chiming in. Good morning. She said, God made Texas summers to help us understand, I love this, to help us understand that hell is no place to spend eternity. I saw, what do they call those on the internet, memes or whatever? There was one, and it was up in heaven, and Jesus was like sitting on a couch. And then there was this fireplace next to him, or this oven next to him, and it was just a blaze. And one of the angels was like, hey, Jesus, what are you cooking? And he said, Texas.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. I think we're done.
Yeah, I think
we're done now.
We're done. Stacy Lawler joining us as well. Good morning to you. My cousin back in Central Texas, Charlotte Barker, Charlotte Caluette. Sorry, Charlotte, joining us saying good morning. And love you, cuz. Good to see you. And then also Matthew Johnson saying, good morning, y'all. I got a sick little one keeping us up. Sorry about that, but he asked, how's everybody doing? So we'll pray for your little one, man. Hope he's going to be doing better. He will. He'll get better today, Matthew. So thanks for chiming in. Well, again, friends, we have Janet patiently waiting. We'll have her here in a minute. Before we take that break, though, again, reminder, this week's keyword, please let it rain. It's not please let it rain. It's just rain, along with your name. You can text it on the Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine phone and text line to 936-339-0139. For now, though, let's step aside, take a break. We'll get Janet mic'd up when we come back. She's ready, and we'll have her on the other side. Stay with us. It's your show, as always. Good morning, Huntsville.
Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas. Illuminate your child's future at Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools in Huntsville. Established in 1997 by Kay Boning, our award-winning center merges Christian values with 25 years of Montessori excellence, promoting wonder and discovery in every child. As the only Montessori school within 45 miles, we provide a fun and friendly environment, individualized Montessori methods, and love and care as if each child were our own. Safety is a priority, and with a recent $50,000 investment, our facilities inspire growth, creativity, and learning. Plus, as a nonprofit, we open Montessori doors to families of all economic backgrounds. Partner with the community pillar where every child's promise shines bright. Discover Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools today. Visit tpms.life. That's tpms.life.
When you live and work in the town where you were born and raised, lots of people become just like family. I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. Over the years, we've shared a lot of good times and some tough times, and I'm honored to be the one you call on in your time of need. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, our goal is to help our neighbors in need and always provide the most outstanding service available, even on those really tough days. I thank you for your trust in us. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we're here for you.
There's a place in Huntsville and now in Conroe where you're more than a customer, you're part of the family. A place where style meets comfort and every visit feels like a treat. Welcome to the Color Bar Hair Salon. From the moment you walk in, our friendly stylists work to create a look that's perfect for you. Whether it's a fresh cut, a vibrant new color, or a blowout for that special occasion, at the Color Bar, we've got you covered. We pride ourselves on creating an environment where our guests can relax, enjoy a beverage, and let us do the pampering. We use top-notch products like Kevin Murphy and Orby, and even offer Valami hair extensions for those looking to add a little extra flair. And when it's got to be perfect, we ensure you leave looking and feeling your best self. But don't just take our word for it. Book a reservation or buy a gift card online and experience it firsthand. Visit us online at colorbartx.com and discover why at the Color Bar Hair Salon you get an experience that goes beyond. The Color Bar, where you belong. See you soon.
All right. We'll just bring it right on back in. Y'all can't hear the music going on. You're missing like all the jams because you don't, you have the wireless microphones now, which is okay because I don't want to mess up y'all's beautiful hair. I don't want when ladies come in here, hey, you know who started that? It was
Shannon Hollis.
Shannon Hollis told me, she's like, I'll come on the show, but I'm not wearing a headset.
Because you know how her hair is always perfect.
Oh yeah, and then Laura Green from the Chamber.
Yeah.
And then I just started realizing y'all put so much, and it's not a bad thing. You ladies put so much work into your hair that I don't want to mess it up.
I don't.
Well, it looks beautiful.
Yeah, just crunch the curls.
Well, it looks beautiful, Janet, so.
Blow it dry, but then you walk out into the humidity and it's like, what was the point anyway, so.
Then you walk in here on a Monday and it's like, you got to have the swamp cooler going to keep it up.
It's pretty warm in here.
Oh, back at it here. Welcome in Monday as we rock and roll here on Good Morning Huntsville. Can you believe episode 95 already?
Wow.
When is 100 going to be then? So today's 95. I'm so bad at math. Tuesday's 96. Wednesday's 97. Thursdays 98. You're going to be
I'll be.
episode 100 is going to be Walker County. We're going to have a party.
Heck yeah, let's
So
do it.
next Monday, if anybody, sometimes you just say things and it happens, right? So next Monday, if anybody feels so inclined to bring anything for like a 100th episode gift, I'm talking cake. I mean, what would you like to see on a 100th episode?
I mean, we'll take breakfast tacos. We'll take cash.
We'll take
Gift
whatever.
cards, anything.
So if you feel so inclined, you can't be another financial institution, by the way. I'm just telling you. But if you'd like to bring a gift and be recognized on the show, we'll just say, hey, bring a gift, and we'll give you a little props. But you better not be another, because I'm telling you, we're not going to say anything about another financial institution in here on a Monday, because it's Walker County's day.
Well, I mean, if somebody wants to bring something, that's fine, but we're still the best.
Yeah.
So, that's okay.
So, Janet Davidson, joining. Good morning, Janet.
Good morning.
So good to see you. It's always a pleasure to be around. Janet brings the energy. You don't realize this. I just wanted to say something to you, Janet, that you were always so involved and so active in the community. And I know that you don't do it for the recognition. And I know that you don't even realize it. But every event that I'm at, I see you. You're busy. You're so engaged with CASA. You are the training coordinator, but it's so much more than that. I mean, at the events, you are going, I don't want to say crazy, but you are all over the place. And so, Janet, good to have you on this morning. She is the training coordinator of CASA of San Jacinto, Walker, and Trinity counties. Good to have you on today.
Thank you.
What's going on? What's been new in your world here over the last year or so?
Oh, wow. So moving into our new building was definitely our big event and took a lot of energy. And it was right around the time of Advocate Appreciation and our grand opening. So all of that definitely kept us very, very busy indeed.
Janet, you and I have we ever had a chance just to sit down and talk? I mean, we've passed each other probably 100 times. And I was just thinking whenever you reached out to us and said, hey, I'd like to come on and talk about a few things, I was sitting there thinking, man, I've crossed paths with you at least 100 times and we've never had like an in-depth conversation. So let us know, maybe our audience too, there's always somebody out there that may be new or listening on the Spirit Radio FM app this morning. Let folks know just a little bit about you and your background and your journey here, maybe to Huntsville and what you did leading up to where you're at now, if you don't mind.
So I actually moved to Huntsville after I met my husband in a small town on the coast. He was a high jumper for Sam, and I was sent to do youth ministry at his church, and we fell in love. He actually started praying for his wife when he was 13, and I was the first girl he ever kissed, so he's pretty special. And then after we graduated, we moved back to my hometown, San Antonio. But the Lord called us back to Huntsville, and I taught at Alpha Omega Academy for 15 years.
So there's these stories when they come up, I love them, but then it's like, man, I got to step it up with Bridget, Bridget, I love you, but you hear these stories. So there's a connection with you and Karen as well. Karen, maybe tell us a little bit about that connection.
Yes, my daughter went to Alpha Omega Academy, and Janet was her teacher. I can't remember which year it was. We were trying to figure that out earlier.
I think it was 2nd, 5th, and 7th and 8th.
Yes. Yeah,
Well,
Jordan went there a long time, and so Alpha had wonderful teachers.
That's great. And, part of that legacy, you talk about just so much legacy here in this. I mentioned it earlier with our friend Jimmy that had passed, and you talk about folks who are just making an impact. Janet, you're one of those, and think about the journey over all these years here in Huntsville. What have you really seen in this community that's really kind of lifted you up and made Huntsville such a special place to come back to?
It definitely is a community that supports one another. When someone's in need, they don't even have to ask. It just becomes known, and Huntsville reaches out and meets those needs. And it also is very good about growing people in their gifts.
Yeah, you're so right about that, because when we first launched the show, when Bridget and I first got back here too, there was like a car that had stalled out in the middle of 11th Street over here across now where Clean Car Wash is. And I mean, we got out just because, you feel this tug, like I need to get out for this. Sometimes, I'll be honest, sometimes you drive by and like, that one I'm probably not going to get out for, because then you like have this feeling though, you know. I don't want to sound like a jerk, but sometimes, you know, like sometimes because you know that like there's a guy there that's already helping, you don't want to get in the way. It like happened the other morning. I saw a guy pull, but then there was a guy. I said, yeah, I'm going to pull over, and then all of a sudden I had this feeling like, no, don't steal this guy's joy, because there's a guy behind me that pulled over. I didn't want to steal his joy. You know what I'm saying? But this car had pulled over, and I mean there was like 7 people that jumped out to help him, and then there was a tow truck company that was driving by that doesn't even live here. I think he was in Trinity, and he pulls up and like immediately starts helping. That's just the spirit of Huntsville and what we love about the community. You know, you transition all these years and worked over at AOA and did incredible work there. How did the connection to CASA happen? How did all that kind of get going?
Well, really, after my children graduated, I spent a couple of years just praying what was next for me. And a friend of mine told me there was an opening, and I applied, and here we are 6 years later.
Just goes fast, doesn't it?
It does.
Well, CASA, of course, is court-appointed special advocates helping children that need a voice. Such a tremendous organization. We've had CASA on a couple of times and different folks from CASA. The new building over there where the First Financial Bank building used to be as they moved across the street. What has just that been like? I went over there, finally got a tour. Emily gave me a tour. It was kind of an impromptu tour. I went over because Rachel Drake had won some prizes here on the show, and Emily said, "Do you want to look around?" I said, "Yeah, absolutely. Beautiful facility. Let us know how all that kind of came about."
So kind of the same thing. We had been talking about it for a couple of years, and it feels like as soon as it came open, everything just moved so quickly. It feels like it moved quickly, but it was a couple of years of the process of looking and budgeting and praying about it, really. And so it's been really great. I'm on my 3rd training class there, and to be able to train while other people are meeting, and we have a place where we can serve not just the kids, but serve our advocates, because they're the heart of everything we do. And so that's been great.
You know what the future is going to be, because you were at the First National Bank building, then you're at the First Financial, so now Walker County, they're going to have something. 10 years from now, something's going to come up with Walker County Federal Credit Union. You guys are just going to
add on first.
Yeah, you're just going to continue that whole thing. Again, Janet Davidson joining us. She is the training coordinator at CASA here, and let us know a little bit more about your role. You just described briefly, you know, training classes, but let us know a little bit more about your day-to-day role and kind of what that looks like in the training part of it.
So I actually do most of the training and recruiting. So I speak at special events, I speak at churches, groups. So anytime I can just let people know what CASA is and what it is we really do. There's so many people who think about foster care, and that's not at all what we do. So just making sure our community understands that we attach an advocate as soon as a child is removed. We attach an advocate to that case, and they walk with that child and that family throughout the case. In order to become an advocate, after the initial interview and background checks, then these wonderful people go through 30 hours of classroom training and court observation. And so it's unlike so many other volunteer activities. I mean, you're really giving a part of your heart to these children and the families. And I think one thing a lot of people are surprised that over 50% of our advocates actually work full-time and are able to just commit themselves to make sure that the family's needs are being met and that child's voice isn't being lost as they go through the system.
Janet Davidson again here with us this morning. Just appreciate her being here, bringing always a pleasure to be around. Just always bringing a lot of fun life and energy to anywhere that you are. And it's so important to have folks such as yourself involved at CASA at the administrative level, because I think that trickles down. By the way, Kimberly Weezer was joining us earlier. She said, no, CASA is never moving again. So you don't have to worry about that. That's the funny thing, though, is whenever you say never, that's when stuff usually happens, so be careful.
We talked about how awful moving is earlier.
Yes.
Well, Janet, when you look at just, these years of CASA, what have you learned in the 6 years that you've been there? What's really maybe stood out to you the most, just being on the administrative side of things?
Again, just the giving hearts of this community. In order to be an advocate, you have to be 21 or older. And so we have people from 21 all the way up to 80 years old. And I think one of the neatest things is to see our college students who really have that passion and that energy. We have one young lady who she goes to school full time, she works almost full time, and she's in the Army Reserves. And she's one of our most incredible advocates and finds the time to pour into her case.
That's great. Samantha Havard's joining us, and she said, I've been through Janet's training. She is the best. So, by the way, Samantha she failed to answer the phone. We had a one-time $100,000 gift here on the show, and you had to answer the phone to win it, and she did not answer the phone. So she did not win, and so we're trying to get a hashtag trending on social media that's called Don't Be Like Samantha. So in that capacity, in every other capacity, Samantha, yes, be like Samantha. But in this one, don't be like Samantha. So if you get a phone call, answer the phone call.
Answer the phone.
And Samantha is on our board, and I love the energy that she brings to our board. For being so young, she's just, she's very wise in questions she asks, in making sure that as a board, we are staying true to our task. Speaking of board.
That's where we're just about to lead into, yeah.
Tomorrow we have a Board 101, and it's just for people to find out what it takes to be a board member. We have so many wonderful board members, but we have several people who are rolling off the board. They've met their term. And so if you're interested, maybe you can't be an advocate, but you want to help our organization, tomorrow at 5 o'clock, there is a Board 101. And you can also peek in. I'm in the middle of training a class right now. So while they're doing the Board 101, I'll be training our class of new advocates.
And so that roll-off happens. How many folks are kind of rolling off? And yeah, go ahead,
Term
Karen.
limit.
Yes, so we have 3 people who are rolling off. So in order to be a board member, your first year is called a board associate. And so you're not a voting member that first year, but you just get to watch and see. And then after that first year, if you want to move forward, then you roll on to that board position. And so we have people who are on for 3 years and then roll off. We have some that sign up again after that. And we have board members who are advocates as well, so they bring a great knowledge to the board meetings. And we just love our board. We love our board, we love our staff, we love our advocates. Couldn't do it without everyone.
How many positions are typically open, or how many seats are there on the CASA board?
Don't get me to lying. I think there are a total of 21 or 22 positions, but that includes both the officers and the associates.
I really like that, the associates part, Karen, when she said that, because I was thinking about, not to say that people aren't fully committed, but sometimes folks say, hey, I want to get involved, and then they get in there, and then they really aren't able to get involved.
Right.
I think this kind of shows who really can commit that time of being an associate. So maybe that's a good way to kind of get started.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's just really gives you that time also to understand the mission of what CASA is. So you have that knowledge as well before you roll on to a voting board member.
Yeah, I'm the kind of person that, when I come into a committee, like here in Huntsville, I've got ideas, obviously, but I also don't want to bring my ideas in a way that would overrun a culture that's already established here. I want to learn how to embrace the culture that's here and then find ways to grow within that culture. So I think I love hearing that about the way the board is set up, because it does give an opportunity for somebody to come in and just really learn and understand the organization first. Maybe you got some great ideas, but it's like, whoa, slow your roll a minute. You got some ideas, we want to hear them, but we also want to let you know what we're all about. And I think that's great that y'all have it set up that way.
I think so too, because any board that you're on, you need to recognize that it's a time commitment, and it's it's just a whole thing. You got to be committed to it. And so if you see that after a year you can't devote yourself to it, then obviously, you need to step aside and make room for someone else who really can give their all to it.
Yeah, well, that's great. Again, Janet Davidson is here, and Samantha was saying earlier, I've learned so much about CASA and found my place as an associate. So that's how she really got going there, and so that's great. And Kimberly was saying, Weezer here, the executive director, says we will have 8 associate spots open this year. So you can come tomorrow, 5 p.m. over at the building. Let folks know a little bit more about where to go and those kind of things, Janet.
Yes, so we are across from the new First Financial building. A lot of people don't always recognize the buildings, but it's pretty much behind HEB, so 2515 Pine Shadows Drive. We're the building behind the Eagle. That's our easy little landmark for people to recognize. And so we would love to see all sorts of new people there. And, you know, there are so many different ways, even if you can't be an advocate or a board member, we always have committees that are open for people to just give however they can to CASA. We have people who work on our Advocate Appreciation Committee. We have people who work in our smaller counties, helping us make inroads there and becoming more part of those communities. So we have many, many different types of committees. And we also have a volunteer opportunity coming up September 14th and 15th. We are hosting a CASA conference. And so we have people from 7 or more hours away who drive to Huntsville to be a part of our little bitty conference. And so that's really exciting that people are willing to travel here. And, you know, it gives a little bit of people to experience Huntsville and everything that Huntsville's about. So, and it's not just a conference for CASA. If you are a teacher or anybody who deals with children and families that are going through foster care or other needs, this conference has so many just different opportunities for people to learn more about how to serve children and families who experience trauma.
It's good information here from our friend Janet Davidson. She is the training coordinator at CASA of Walker, San Jacinto, and Trinity counties. Our friend Santa George in Conroe asked, does CASA have a Christmas party for the children? I know there's Christmas in July to help, but is there something that goes on for the children?
So we do toy drives for our CASA children. There are some programs who might be able to do that, but with our toy drives, our advocates are able to come to the office and get gifts for the children, and if there are other children in the homes as well. And so, you know, our advocates give so much of their heart and their time. We don't want them to have to pour a lot of money into being a volunteer. And so this community just outpours every year for collecting toys that our advocates can take and sometimes just help the family. You know, when a child is removed, the first thing CPS does is, can we find a family member? And so you have family members who maybe weren't expecting to have 3 more children in their house. And so we've even been able to give a Christmas tree and lights and help some of these families make it feel more like Christmas during that time.
That's great. You can find out more information online at casaofwalkercounty.org. That is casaofwalkercounty.org. Janet, before we let you go, Karen, any questions maybe that you may have for Janet?
No, you know, of course, I've been in Huntsville forever, my whole life. So
all 22 years,
and,
yeah.
Yes, yes. And our credit union always sponsors CASA, and we just love what they do. And yeah, we appreciate y'all very much.
Thank you.
Well, Janet, great to have you. I got to ask you, I saw something here on your, man, look at this. Let me put the camera, it's this camera right here. Hold this up. Look, this is beautiful. What is it? It says, never forget the difference you make. I love that. That is a CASA container, their drink. What do you call that? Mug?
Tumbler.
I was trying to think of the word. So that's beautiful. That is really nice. So.
Yes, so everyone on staff has one. We all have our names on it, but we forget sometimes and drink out of each other's. But
I love that. It's beautiful.
It is a great thing. Actually, the theme of our conference is the power of one and the story of the starfish. And so, yes, you never know, and you may not ever know the impact you've made on someone's life, but God knows.
Yeah, that's right. I like what Santa George said. He says the CASA growler. The growler. I don't think there's any, I think it's like regular drink though, Santa George. There's nothing, growler, you normally think brewery. There's no brewing going on in that, that guy. So,
just Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, just a little Dr. Pepper. Catherine James, by the way, chiming in, says, Janet is the best trainer. If you decide to become an advocate, you will not regret it, and you will find that the training is fun. I wouldn't expect anything else with Janet doing it. So, so I know it'll be a great lot of fun. So, yeah, again, thanks. Good information this morning from Janet Davidson of CASA, and appreciate that. Karen, we always ask our guests a question. I always let you ask that question.
Tell us today what you're thankful for.
What are you thankful for, Janet?
I'm thankful to be a part of this community and to be in a place where everyone does make a difference.
That's right. You hear that message, huh? Don't let that just slide off of your ears this morning. Everyone makes a difference, and maybe that's the message this morning. We always try to have a theme, and we always, as the show goes on, I think that theme develops every day. But maybe that's where you're at today. You may think, I don't talk to a lot of people. I don't have a huge influence. Remember that our Creator came for the one person, and you're that one person this morning, and that you make a difference. And so maybe you're in a place this morning to where you don't feel adequate. You feel like maybe you're failing. Just know that you are making a difference, even if it's one person. That one person's life you can change by a simple act of kindness, just saying hello to someone. I've been really big on educating folks in the community that when you see our student athletes that are here now, especially with us moving to the high level of Division I football, tell these young people how much you appreciate them being in Huntsville. Because some of these students, they could have chose anywhere else to go, but they said, you know what, I'm going to come to Huntsville, Texas. And embrace our student athletes, embrace our students in the community. As teachers are going back here last week. Let them know how much you appreciate them. You were a teacher, and you still are. You're training people.
Yes,
so.
I used to teach young people. Now I teach adults, and I love what I do.
Well, there she is, Janet Davidson. So great to have you on. Such a pleasure this morning, Janet, for joining us. We'll step aside, take a break. Before we do, though, do want to remind you, this week's keyword, please let it rain. Let it rain, please. We're trying to, speak this so it'll happen. Please. We need rain. Along with your name, you can text that in on the all-new Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine phone and text line to 936-339-0139. We'll be back in a moment as Karen and I will wrap it up when we come back. Stay with us as it's Good Morning Huntsville.
Illuminate your child's future at Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools in Huntsville. Established in 1997 by Kay Boning, our award-winning center merges Christian values with 25 years of Montessori excellence, promoting wonder and discovery in every child. As the only Montessori school within 45 miles, we provide a fun and friendly environment, individualized Montessori methods, and love and care as if each child were our own. Safety is a priority, and with a recent $50,000 investment, our facilities inspire growth, creativity, and learning. Plus, as a nonprofit, we open Montessori doors to families of all economic backgrounds. Partner with the community pillar where every child's promise shines bright. Discover Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools today. Visit tpms.life. That's tpms.life.
When you live and work in the town where you were born and raised, lots of people become just like family. I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. Over the years, we've shared a lot of good times and some tough times, and I'm honored to be the one you call on in your time of need. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, our goal is to help our neighbors in need and always provide the most outstanding service available, even on those really tough days. I thank you for your trust in us. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we're here for you.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas. There's a place in Huntsville and now in Conroe where you're more than a customer, you're part of the family. A place where style meets comfort and every visit feels like a treat. Welcome to the Color Bar Hair Salon. From the moment you walk in, our friendly stylists work to create a look that's perfect for you. Whether it's a fresh cut, a vibrant new color, or a blowout for that special occasion, at the Color Bar, we've got you covered. We pride ourselves on creating an environment where our guests can relax, enjoy a beverage, and let us do the pampering. We use top-notch products like Kevin Murphy and Orby, and even offer Valami hair extensions for those looking to add a little extra flair. And when it's got to be perfect, we ensure you leave looking and feeling your best self. But don't just take our word for it. Book a reservation or buy a gift card online and experience it firsthand. Visit us online at colorbartx.com and discover why, at the Color Bar Hair Salon, you get an experience that goes beyond. The Color Bar, where you belong. See you soon.
All right. We got phones flying in here.
Yeah, yeah, we do.
I scared Karen. I said, we're coming back. All of a sudden, that phone went flying. Welcome back, Karen. How you doing?
Good.
It's good.
Good.
You know what? I enjoy Mondays. Thanks for being here on
Okay,
Mondays,
Monday.
Karen. I know that you do so much. You're always so busy. You get to relax a little bit on the weekend, but I know it's tough for folks, you know, especially on let's be honest, this is the hardest day to come on the show.
It is.
It truly is. And so I appreciate you.
Because I have to get up at 5:30.
Yeah. And you texted me this morning and you said, hey, show, right? And I almost said, nope, not today.
Yeah, and I would have been like, okay, back to bed.
Then I was like, oh, wait a minute. I thought whenever you texted me, I was like, oh, man, is today like one of those bank holidays? And then I
No,
was like,
so I probably wouldn't be here.
yeah, and we're like, no, we'd have like a throwback show.
Yeah.
We've done that a couple of times. So, well, friends, thanks for joining. It's been a fun morning here, and I did want to give you one final opportunity this morning. And by the way, you can text in every day, once per day. If you don't win today, you can text in tomorrow. You can text in Wednesday. You can text in Thursday and Friday. But just text in once a day. That is our keyword this week is rain, along with your name. I've got some really cool stuff from Tipsy Tio's this morning that we're going to give away today on the show. So, you know what, Karen, do you mind holding these up for us all?
Sure.
So what do we have here? I don't even know what it is.
We have a cap.
Oh, a camo cap.
And a koozie.
Oh, cool. Hey, I like that. That's a little pink
That's
koozie
cute.
there. All right.
And a T-shirt. Get tipsy.
Let's get tipsy.
Let's get tipsy.
All right. So we got some Tipsy Tio stuff we're giving away this
Oh, and
morning.
look at the back.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Oh, I love their logo, by the way. Yeah, it's really cool.
Cute.
So we're giving away some Tipsy Tio stuff this morning. So all you got to do is text in your name. I'll throw in a couple of extra things as well. And by the way, we have a lot of free car washes, but I was told that they're only good for one time. So if you've won them before, you can't use it again because it scans in your license plate. But it is really cool, by the way. Bridget and I went yesterday. Man, it cleaned the car good.
I haven't been there yet. I need to go. It's
Really
right by my
good.
house, so.
Yeah, we cruised through. It cleaned the car really, really well. And I know the big concern with a lot of folks is like, man, the traffic's already bad. It's going to be even worse. I haven't noticed anything as far as traffic, to be honest. I mean, it's so easy to get in and out. We had to go to HEB right afterwards, and it was actually easier for us because we just took the back road right over there and went directly to HEB. Didn't even have to get back on 11th. And so it's and the staff there's been great. A young man over there by the name of Ashley is the manager, and they're out there. They're on top of it. You know, it's like when a Chick-fil-A opens a new store. Have you ever been over there and there's way too many people working there? Well, they do that because they want to give you the best the best service that they can. And that's the way it is right now at Clean Car. There's a lot of people there. So
I need to go check it out.
And they have spray fragrance, literally. Like it smells like, I don't know, like linen, like clean laundry.
Oh, nice.
So our car right now smells like clean laundry, if that makes sense.
That's nice.
Yeah, so
Clean
go on.
laundry smells good.
Go on and check them out. Again, we are here as we wrap up on a Monday. Big thank you to Karen Denman and all the great staff over at Walker County Federal Credit Union. Go by and set up an account. Hey, if you already have an account there, walk in and just tell them you heard about it here on the show. We appreciate that, and we want to make sure that they're getting great value for their investment here in Hello Huntsville in this program. And they are the reason that we're able to bring you very interesting programs, such as Janet on a Monday. We've got to be here. We've got bills to pay, being here in our studio with the equipment, lighting, internet, everything you can think of. And we wouldn't be able to be here without our Foundation 5, including the Walker County Federal Credit Union. So big thank you to them. Go by and see them and support them. Let them know, again, that you heard about them here on Hello Huntsville. I think it's time to call our winner. I know you can't hear him. Do you want to... you know what? Do you want to hold it up maybe? Here's what we can do. Karen always wears the wireless mic, and so she never gets to hear our caller, and I forget that, and I look at her, and I laugh, and Karen's like, what are you laughing about? I don't even get to hear it.
So I just laugh anyway.
She just laughs and pretends like, oh, that's funny, Rob, and she doesn't even really, unfortunately, doesn't even know what's going on. So we'll just do a test. Maybe you can hold that to your ear there. Can you hear me right there in that? Can you hear that right there?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Will that work?
That'll work.
Let's do that. So at least you can join it. We've already got our winner here, so let's call him. You got to answer to win. You can hear that, right?
I can hear it.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is the city of Huntsville calling. You are behind on your water bill. Just kidding. I can't joke with anybody. I'm sorry. I used to joke on this show, but I can't do it, especially because we have someone representing city council. I can't be joking around like that this morning. Who is this?
Yeah, don't scare me like that. This is Catherine James.
Catherine James. Have you won before on the show?
No, I have not.
Awesome. Well, how'd you hear about us?
Facebook.
Ah, see, the power of social media.
That's right.
Somebody told me, Catherine, like, oh, nobody engages on social media. I think that's hogwash because you did, and you heard about the show.
I agree. That's right. I agree with you.
Well, congratulations. We have some stuff from Tipsy Tio's. I'm gonna like a hat, a shirt. You know, if you end up not wanting it, you can toss it on to the next person. It's pretty cool little gear there. But then I'm gonna throw in a Rays of Hope T-shirt from our fundraiser that we had a few weeks ago. I'm going to throw in the good word. So if you run across somebody in town that needs a good word, there's going to be a little book in there for them. And have you been over to Clean Car Wash yet?
Actually, I heard you talking about that, and I have a coupon
Just
to go
kidding.
by there. So
I can't joke. Okay, well, I won't
that's
throw
on
that
my
in.
list of things to do this week.
I do have.
Oh, well,
I do
I
have.
can give it to my husband.
Okay, well, I'll throw one in there. But it does work on license plates. So if y'all have a different vehicle, then that'll work. So I'll throw that in there.
Yeah.
I'm also going to throw in our good friends at the Color Bar Tanning Salon have given us some passes. And so this is for one free tan. And sorry, I get choked up this morning. My goodness, this is for one free. I'm not that emotional about tanning, by the way. One free tan and hydro massage. So I'm going to give you 2 of these passes. And then I believe I've got some stuff from the Color Bar Hair Salon as well. So I'm going to give you some things from the Color Bar Hair Salon also, some product and some gift certificates over there. How does that sound?
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you got it. How long have you been in Huntsville, Catherine?
6 years.
Where'd you move from?
6. I moved from a little bitty town called Eagle Lake.
Okay. Eagle Lake.
It's toward Columbus.
Yeah, okay, awesome.
Yeah, fun fact, I am the advocate supervisor for San Jacinto and Trinity counties over at CASA.
Oh,
awesome.
really? Did not know that.
I sure am.
Okay. Final question that's really important. What is your social security number? Just kidding. Totally kidding. Karen's got the question for you.
Tell us today what you're thankful for.
I am thankful for the community that I have found here in Huntsville. I was a volunteer advocate before I came on staff, and that just put me in touch with so many wonderful people and our church, and so I'm just so thankful for the way the community embraces new people that move here and allows us to just come in and fit in and find a place to belong.
Awesome. Yeah, I love that. Are you over at the actual building over there, the new building? Do you work out of that building?
I sure do. I saw you the other day when
Okay.
Emily was giving you a tour.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll bring the prize over to you. So I'll bring your little prize pack over to you, so you don't even have to come over here and get it. We'll drop it off a little bit later today for you, Catherine.
Oh, super. Thank you.
All right. Well, congratulations. Have a blessed day, and thanks so much for texting to win and answering your phone, unlike Samantha, who lost $100,000 because she didn't answer.
That's right. I knew that, so I said I am going to have my phone right by me.
That's right. It pays to answer that phone.
All right,
right.
Catherine. Have a blessed day. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye.
See, you get to listen
That was
now.
great.
Yeah, so now you're not, now poor, Karen over here, poor Karen's like, I don't even know what's going on. I can't hear anything. Well, there, we hooked you up, Karen. So
Right.
we had to make sure, I felt like I was leaving you out of the conversation, because
I was.
you told me last week, you're like, Rob, if I can't hear this, I'm done. I'm not doing this show. I'm just kidding. She did not say that. Friends, again, appreciate you being a part of it today. We need to wrap it up because Karen's got to get to work. I got to figure out how to get to work as well. Congratulations. Today is national, not for you or I, but it's National Senior Citizens Day. So to all the senior citizens out there, thank you for all that you've done. And you know what? When you think of senior citizens, a lot of senior citizens volunteer in the communities that they live in, and so we do appreciate that. So it's National Senior Citizens Day. Also, today is the International Day of Remembrance and Tribute to the Victims of Terrorism. So, a lot of folks have, I don't know of anybody that's been directly impacted by terrorism. I will say this, though. My former boss in Georgetown, where I used to work, she was at the World Trade Center on September the 10th.
Wow.
She was supposed to go on Tuesday, and she ended up going a day early on Monday. If she would have been there, she may not be here today. And that's just tough. Today is also, what is this, Spumoni? Do you know what that is? National Spumoni Day?
I don't know, but that looks like ice cream.
Yeah, it says National I'm probably
It almost
saying.
sounds like an Italian noodle or something, but
Yeah, I
that's
wonder
not
how-
what's showing.
I wonder how you pronounce that. So
It's also
how?
trivia day.
It is. Tell us about that while I'm looking up the pronunciation of this word.
Trivia night tonight. It's every Monday at 6:30 at Rodeo. Get there a little bit early. Join us. Prizes, fun, food, games, lots of fun.
Get on out to Rodeo. Here
Get
it
there a
is.
little earlier.
Spumoni. I guess I was right.
Yeah.
Spumoni. Did I say that?
Mhm.
Let's slow it down a little bit, because we got to take a little East Texas. There you go. Spumoni. That's what it sounds like after rodeo, after a couple of hours,
Yeah.
right? On Monday night. Just kidding. National Spumoni Day. You know what Spumoni is? Frozen treat, which hails from southern Italy. So it is National Spumoni Day. Had no idea. Hey, Justin will like this. Today is Brazilian Blowout Day.
Oh, well, there you
So
go.
there you go. It's Brazilian Blowout Day today for all of you hair care enthusiasts out there. So that's all we got cranking today.
That's it.
So that's it. Spumoni's up my alley. That's about really the only one there that, I'd love some Spumoni now. So, all right, friends, that'll wrap it up here. We've got great guests lined up all the rest of this week. By the way, you're going to tune in tomorrow. Guardian Defense will be joining us. Jason Thompson, appreciate them, as we will have Jason Barfield, the Director of Broadcasting for Sam Houston State University. He will be joining us to let us know about the upcoming football season and much more. So we're excited to have Jason on. Wednesday will be Elliott, and then on Thursday, Dean Halley is joining us. So Dean coming on Thursday about the first responders breakfast that is happening at Covenant Fellowship. So some more events. And then as of right now, we did have a cancellation on Friday. So if you're a nonprofit here in the community, maybe you're a business as well, we do allow other businesses on as long as they don't conflict for a few moments, but particularly nonprofits. Reach out and let us know. You can email hello@hellohuntsvilletx.com. Karen, been a fun day. Thanks for being here.
Awesome.
That'll wrap it up here on a Monday as you get your week started. Big thank you to everyone who joined in the show. Make sure you chime in again tomorrow as we'll continue to celebrate all things good happening here in Huntsville, Texas. Check this out. Paulie is joining us from Fargo, North Dakota. Paulie, good to hear from you, man. He was our board op for us at Bison 1660 and does some board op there around the radio stations. But Paulie is joining us. So good morning to you. That's our second North Dakota friend. Actually, third. We've had three. So, you never know where you're going to pick up friends along the journey. Remember that. You never know. You may be at a rest stop tomorrow, cruising through, and you may meet your next best friend at a rest stop.
Very true.
Probably unlikely, but it could happen.
It could happen.
It could happen. So good morning to you. Also, Paul Oley was chiming in as well. Good morning to you, Paul, at the gallery. And last but not least, a lot of other folks, but we didn't get to all of them, but Clay wanting to know, when is the next pool party? From
every Sunday.
Every Sunday. But the entry for you is the Skittles, right?
Yes.
Skittles is the entry, Clay. All right, friends, that'll wrap it up here. As I end every show, I want to remind you this morning that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We do need each other. Provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. Until tomorrow morning, have a great Monday. Good morning and God bless Huntsville. We'll see you next time.